We're at the Eurovision Song Contest 2018 in Lisbon, and with me now are the representatives for Georgia.
Hello.
And it's Iriao, yes?
Yes.
So if we just go along the line, you can introduce yourselves. And your name is?
Buba.
Michael.
George.
Shalwa.
Well, great to be with you guys.
Thank you.
Now, how did you get the name for your group, first of all?
It was actually the team leader of the band who proposed us several names, but then he insisted that this one is going to be a winner, and we agreed because it somehow expresses respect to the traditional singers and those big musicians that lived earlier in Georgia, who made this folk music, traditional music, and really maybe with not a big literacy in music, but with a very high level of musical thinking.
Well, that leads me on to my next question, for you to describe your particular style of music.
Our music, some of people call it ethno jazz, but more better English for this would be ethno fusion, jazz and fusion, jazz fusion genre, which actually our team leader was one of the first ones introducing in Georgia in this very genre, and yeah.
And your song is called For You. What is the message in your song?
Yeah, For You is actually, in Georgian, is Sheni Gulistris, or For Your Heart, to translate directly. And now this is a moment when you give a hand to your friend or to any other people who are in need of your support, who are in need of being with him, not, of course, necessarily material, but moral and emotional support that is often and many times needed in our lives. And for that, while we leave all our problems or our daily matters for a while and think about others. And this is the message that goes to the whole world.
So you've been performing together since 2013, was it?
Yes, that's right.
So how did you get the call to represent your country at Eurovision Song Contest? How did that come about?
Yeah, that was actually, maybe Shako will tell.
It was a national
Internal selection,
and they chose us directly.
So did you just get a phone call and suddenly thought, is this a joke?
Yeah, it was New Year, and they called us. You must represent Georgia, and it was a big surprise for us.
Yeah, very much surprising, very much emotional. I don't know. Also we thought, because a journey of this very song contest is a bit different journey, and we just, it was a bit confusing, but very much surprising, very much challenging, and we together decided, this is something that we had.
Because your music has taken you not only to Lisbon this time, but you've been across much longer distances as well, across the world to Indonesia performing at jazz festivals and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what's been the most enjoyable place that you've actually visited when you've been singing?
I'm sure that it was a Java Jazz Festival in Jakarta, Indonesia. It was our first time to get such kind of biggest festival. Before we were also in Borneo Jazz in Malaysia, but Java Jazz was something special. It's one of the biggest jazz festivals in the whole world.
So you'd like to go back there, I guess?
Yeah, we're dreaming about it.
What about music releases? Have you issued any albums, or is there one you're hoping to issue? Or
we have one we recorded in Poland 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
It was completely analog. It was recorded on tape, all together. No separate tracks there.
So doing it the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, old-fashioned way. The studio was in the forest.
In the village.
First we thought we were kidnapped, and once we entered the studio, we realized and understood what was that, because all the interior was wooden and all the style of recording, it was all very authentic and very pure. So we had this live recording, like we sat all together and in one room, and this is the first album that we called actually Analog Adventures, and Rogal is a place where the studio was in Poland.
Now, we'll finish with a little music if we can. would you like to sing a little bit of your song, or maybe one of the other songs that you've performed in some of the press conferences for us? You'd like to do for us?
Okay. Huh?
Now you're going to argue about which song it's going to
Yeah,
be.
I know.
That's why I left the choice to you
I'm
guys.
telling that traditional is better.
For you, quase. Shenigulistis, Siguarulistis.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Thank
much
you.
indeed,
Thanks
guys.
for watching.
That's Iriao for Georgia, semi-final number 2. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for talking to us. We appreciate it.